Good morning. My name is Alice Walker Beecham, and this is my Gumbo Life. On this channel, I am speaking to women 50 plus who are deciding that this is not the end. This is a transition. If we listen to what society say, it tells us that when you get 50 plus, that's it. Maybe you're supposed to sit in a rocking chair and be the grandma and all that. I'm a grandmother myself, so and love it. But I very rarely sit in a rocking chair. So yesterday, we talked about started talking about relationships and how important it is to build a relationship with God. And once you build that relationship with God, then the next relationship that you should work on is your relationship with self. Now, lots of people tell you that if you're working on a relationship with self, you're being selfish. I beg to differ. You are not being selfish. You're doing self care. And if you don't take care of yourself first, you'll never be able to take care of anyone else in the way that you really would like to take care of them. So let's talk about a relationship with self. Now, it took me a long time to build my personal relationship with myself because lots of us, especially 50 and over, and me, I'm 60 and over. So a lots of us were taught that we should always take care of others, that it is selfish to take care of ourselves, to want something for ourselves, to and for us loving ourselves, that conversation we never had. But today, I want to invite you into that conversation. And I want you to ask yourself, what does it feel like to love myself? You can think about that things like how would it feel if your significant other, uh, your parents, your children, how do you want them to love you? We think about that sometimes. Well, they don't love me because they don't do that or they don't do this. How do you love you? What do you do to show yourself that you love you? What do you do to build your self esteem? And in the relationship with you and yourself, do you even believe that you deserve to be loved? Do you even believe that you deserve to be loved the way you want to be loved? Do you do things for others that you don't do for yourself? It was a long time before I would say, I'm going and get maybe a manicure, a pedicure. I would kind of slip and do it, not tell anyone because I thought that was being selfish. There were times when I wanted to go get maybe like say, a massage and a spa day. And I wouldn't do it because I thought, okay, that money can go to better serve something else. Maybe I can do something for the house. When my kids were growing up, maybe I could do something for my kids. I don't think when my kids were growing up, and my kids are quite old, they're not old now, but they're well grown. I'll say it that way. My kids are mature people with with little people and grown up people. So, but it was a long time before I decided that I was worth going, and maybe if it was going to get my hair done or going to get a manicure or a pedicure. And when I was married and I would go shopping, and I think this is really funny now, knowing me and the way I feel about myself now, how I would go, and I was a working woman. I've always worked. So I had money, but when I would go shopping, I would go and buy something and I would slip it into the house so my husband would know that something new was there. And now I think about it and I thought, what was I thinking of myself? What value was I putting on myself that I thought I had to sneak something, go and buy and sneak it into the house. That had nothing to do with him. So sometimes we get it twisted, and people would say, well, he didn't know, he had nothing to do with that. That was that I hadn't built that relationship with myself. Once I built the relationship with myself, I will go and be like, I know I shouldn't get this, but you know what? I'm just going to do it because of me. I might take it back, but I have that confidence to do it. I know my self worth now. So when you create that self worth and that understand the mindset of I am a person that's worthy, not um, I am a person that's worthy of love. Then you start acting and behaving in a way that a person that's worthy of love behave. Many times the reason we don't receive the love, the external love, emotions, treatment that we want is because we haven't really worked on the internal treatment with ourselves. We teach people how to treat us, and we teach them by the way we treat ourselves. It's so important to create a relationship with yourself, to take time to just sit with yourself and get to know yourself. You are so unique and you're so special. You probably have never even met yourself. So this is going to be a short video, but I'm going to leave you with a challenge. And that challenge is I want you to introduce you to yourself, not to the yourself that people think you are. What I want you to ask yourself: what do I? Who do I want to be? Who do I want to be? And then when whoever you want to be, you actually are down in there. You're just not walking in the steps of who you are. So the easiest way to do it is write. I'm a I believe in writing everything, writing it down. When you write, it comes from your mind, through your heart, out of your hand onto the paper, and you can see it. So write it down. Who do I want to be? I'm a writer. I used to say I want to be a writer, but now I say I am a writer. Why am I a writer? Because I write. If you want to be a, if you want to go back to school, ask yourself, what does a person that go to school do? Go back to school do? Say you're 50 and you want to go back to school. What do a 50-year-old person do that want to go back to school? Then once you write that down, start doing those things. If that person call the college and find out what courses are available, do that. If that person set aside time to in their schedule for when they're going to school, do that. And if you keep doing the things that that person do, before you know it, you will look around and say, wow, that's me. So introduce yourself to yourself by asking, who do I want to be? And when you're asking that, you really, if it's in your heart that you want to be that person, you always, you already are that person. You're just not walking in the steps that God have created for you. You're not walking in your divine presence. Ask yourself, who do I want to be? Write it down and start being that person. Start creating that relationship with you. You deserve to know who you are, to walk in your divine purpose, and to love you. I promise you, once you learn to love you, and that type of love, it just comes out. The people that you will start meeting, that will start coming into your life, will be people like you, and you will continuously grow. So introduce yourself to you. Learn to love that person. Do something special for you and create the divine abundance that God has for us all. I hope this has been helpful to you. I hope whatever day, evening, night, whenever you hear it, whoever you are, that it help you to ask yourself, who am I? Who do I want to be? Not what do I want? Who do I want to be? And love yourself. Be kind to yourself. And just get to know the unique person that you are. I'll talk to you again soon. Be well and welcome to learning to love you and create the relationship with you that you always look for from someone else. You got this. Talk to you soon. Bye.